This ought to be a sin to be able to do this to this piano.
All right, Ellen, I guess my first question, it's just kind of out of order, but what's the name of the song, or what's the song that you were playing in the video?
The song in the video is it's an old gospel song that eventually worked its way into hymnals, and it's entitled "Keep Walking."
Okay.
You got to keep on walking, keep on walking, keep on walking. Yeah, walking up to heaven.
When was that performance? When did that happen that was in that video?
In the video, okay, it was at a Texas State singing convention, and I'm thinking it was probably 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. COVID messed up everything, but it was definitely 4 years ago.
And Wallace, when I was talking to him earlier today, he said this isn't the first time that video's gotten out and gotten some attention.
Well, absolutely. A dear friend of mine, Blake Boyd, was at that convention, and unknown to me, he kind of walked around behind me and videoed the whole thing, and then the next day he posted, and, and then the rest is history. I mean, it went viral, it went everywhere. I got some notices from some students in a college in West Virginia, and I picked up a whole new tier of people, to minister to and to be ministered to by them, and so it's been a God thing. It really has, because the whole thing. If you go back and do the whole backstory on the song, when I was 18, I was playing for a gospel quartet in Arkansas, and they were trying to learn this particular song, Keep Walking. And the baritone could never find his part, so that's when I started banging all that stuff in the right hand. And eventually I thought, well, I kind of like that, and added a boogie to the bass, and just, there you have it.
It's really impressive, for one.
For the moment.
It's an amazing talent that you have. Do you have any idea who the person was that posted on TikTok, or the person who then took it and posted on Twitter the other day?
I do not. I'll say thank you, but I'm sorry, I do not. I don't have a name, and as I understand what I was reading briefly, the person who posted on TikTok didn't have a name either, but pretty quickly someone got my name into, the mix. But no, I do not know. I don't know who to thank.
You had a pretty proud son going around and commenting on a bunch of different people saying, "That's my mom, that's my mom."
Well, and I appreciate that. I've been in music all my life. Sometimes I had to, do the gig instead of staying home and, and tucking them in bed. But they've all been, very, very. I kind of think they're proud of their mom. I know I'm proud of him.
Talking about your career in music for a second, to kind of break off into that, I know, talking to Ginger, you and her and a few other people, I believe, toured with the KFNF Radio Roadshow Band. Does that sound about right?
Okay, let me get my radio voice on, because I did DJ for KFNF. That would be the KFNF Proud Country Roadshow, making families come together.
I love it.
How about them apples? Yes, sir. The Proud Country Roadshow was actually a spinoff of a show that was going on down in Salina at, I believe, 55. Wasn't that the really powerful AM station in Salina, Kansas? Anyhow, so Jerry Venable bought KFNF, and he imported 3 or 4 Arkansans to mix in with, you people who talk funny. And we worked and worked and worked, and we finally had a show together. Jerry's idea was to have clean fun, to have some country music because his station was country, and to have some gospel music, to have some comedy, and to have a lot of variety. And that was the Proud Country Roadshow. And yes, Ginger was a part of that. And then I continued to know Ginger. Oddly enough, she moved to Arkansas from Nebraska at about the same time that my family moved back to Arkansas. So, Ginger's talented. She's a great person, and I'm honored to know her.
So how long have you been... So not only you play piano, you also sing. You said you DJ'd. What all kinds of musical stuff is in your resume?
Okay. I play accordion. I started that at age 4. Piano, organ. Play a little bit of guitar. Love the ukulele. My dad started me in music. He wanted me to be a musician, so he started it at a very early age. I was really blessed to get a job at a dinner theater, the only one of its kind in the state of Arkansas, the Vapors Dinner Theater, which has come to some notoriety here lately because of a book that was written about Hot Springs, Arkansas. I was the band leader at that club for 10 years, which put me in contact with such great talent. And I learned so much, just by watching and talking and visiting with the different acts that would come in, because I had to be there. I was in charge of everything that went on stage. And that was a wonderful time. I truly, truly enjoyed that. Pretty much went from that to Kansas to work with Jerry Venable and put together the Proud Country Roadshow. So, music has been in my world literally all my life. And I love it, and I'm ready to get well and everything to get okay, and to see if I can still recognize the white keys from the black keys.
I don't think that will be a problem.
I hope not.
So Ginger was giving me some notes, and she said that you've played for a lot of big stars. Can you name some of them?
Oh, Ginger. Brenda Lee, Marty Robbins, Boots Randolph, and then you'll have to be pretty old to remember these people: Abby Lane, Barbara Eden, Al Martino, and my favorite, and that's not the list, but my favorite of all times was Phyllis Diller, and I played her show 10 years in a row. That was 2 shows a night.
Wow, that's cool.
Thank you.
I was going to say, I know some of those names, so it's impressive whether I know it or not, but still, I know some of those names.
Awesome. Well, see, I think our younger generation should know about those people because they are so much a part of the reason we can have what we have in today's music. So, good for you. Glad you recognize them.
All right, so going back now to the video, and I'm not sure where it's at exactly this second. I'm not staring at Twitter, but last check, it was at 2.5 million views, and I think the guy posted it like maybe 2 days ago. And
wow,
it had 150,000 likes. It's got over 20,000 retweets. It's probably got 10,000 quote tweets. Just all these people latching onto this video, not necessarily even knowing who you are, and are just thrilled with your ability and with the music that you give them for 2 minutes or however long the video is. what goes through your head whenever you realize that many people have seen what you do?
What goes through my head now is what an awesome God I serve. I totally believe that, he charted all this out. He's sitting up there laughing, it's like, Ellen, you had to be 76 before any of this could happen, And of course, then, Chris, the obvious, my goodness, these people don't even know me. They have no clue who or what I am. And yet they're relating not only to the song, but to the style. And so it makes me, I'm honored, and yet I feel about an inch tall, I know I have earned my ability to play the piano, but for people to like it and accept it is overwhelming, to say the least.
And on top of the 2.5 million views and the retweets and the likes and all that stuff, we talked a little bit before we started recording, the comments and the quote tweets, and I've gone through quite a few of them, and I have not found any negative comments, nothing derogatory. I mean, quite frankly, in 2021, that's hard to find. So I think you found the magic touch there.
Well, thank you, and if they've got some justifiable criticisms, shoot it out there. I'm always ready to get better.
That's really cool. And then you said you get a little bit better and get healthier and all that stuff, and you'll want to get back out there and play again and do that stuff. So obviously age isn't going to stop you. No. The only thing that will stop me is that I died before I got to the piano bench. Well, we certainly hope that doesn't happen.
Well, we do. We definitely do. No, it's always been my life. I thought, I ended up having a stent, didn't know I had a problem. I was really feeling very bad, and so you start thinking, well, maybe it's time to hang it up, And one of my younger students just, got right in my face and said, I don't think so. So, no, we're going to give it a go. As long as God keeps me here, we're going to do what we can do.
And you're originally from Arkansas, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. How long did you spend in McCook then?
How long were we in McCook? We moved to McCook in September of 80, and I'm thinking that we left in late summer of 85.
What do you remember the most about your, besides obviously playing music and traveling and stuff and doing the stuff with the band, what do you remember most about living in McCook?
Living in McCook? Friday night football. Oh, man, I loved it. I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. Of course, we get to see Wallace play. The other thing that I truly loved about McCook was it was a small town, and so that allowed most of us to learn each other, and we just sort of, I don't know, it was like family, okay? It was like family. I found a babysitter, and things just escalated from there. Where you made this friend. Small town. I always enjoyed going. What was the name of the place out on the highway? The Red. Is it the Red Horse?
I'm not sure.
Well, anyhow, there was a place out on the highway, and we enjoyed going there to eat. Also, the Townhouse Motel was our headquarters away from the radio station. We had a lot of business meetings there, and so I love McCook. I really, really am so ready to make a trip back to McCook. I know it's changed, but I'm really getting anxious to see McCook and Colby, even if it's a Kansas town. And, that area, because I love it.
Now,
even if you do have bald mountains.
Bald mountains?
Yes, our mountains are all covered in trees.
Fair enough. So I was talking to Wallace earlier, and he mentions that the TV station in Houston is wanting you to come visit him so that you can be on their television station and play for them and perform. And when you talked about wanting to make a trip back to McCook, I want to make a reservation to get you to stop by our TV station, too.
You got it.
All right. Well, I'll put that down.
Can I give a shout-out to my friends that are still alive?
Go for it.
Are probably in your listening area. Cal Siegfried and Tom and Terrell Harrison. And, of course, Ginger.
Very nice. Ellen, I appreciate your time.
We all hung out together. I'm sorry.
No, that's awesome. And we tagged, Ginger went ahead and posted something on her page, and I think she tagged you in it. I know she tagged Cal, and he commented on it for sure. And just very cool. A lot of times in my work, I end up getting one story a day where it just captures my attention. Yesterday it was William Shatner going into outer space. Today it was you.
Oh, wow. Well, I appreciate the association with Captain Kirk. And that was an awesome day. But thank you very much, Christian. I really do. Thank you so much. I appreciate. And love McCook. Go Bison.